Morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Kayak from Into the Outdoors. In this video, we are right around the beginning of June. If I remember right, this is June 3rd, 2022. And we're heading out of Michigan City. As you can see, the sun has just come up and we're leaving the ramp. And what we're really doing today is testing out both having my pedal drive in and an electric next to me. And as you can see, the electric's there, and you'll see later on in the clips that I use it for a while, and then I end up taking and heading back to the ramp and putting the battery and the trolling motor back in my truck because the battery went dead, but the concept does work. So hopefully you enjoy this video. And once again, I'm terrible about talking while I'm fishing. So hopefully you enjoy this video. A lot of action in this one. So thank you for watching Into the Outdoors. And please enjoy the video. All right, so this is first two rods in the water. Running a thin fin on the rod that's on the left hand of the screen, and I'm running a Bay Rat custom painted by myself, ITO custom painting. And so we got first fish on, and I am kind of confused because I got a lot of things to do. My pedals are, you can see that I have them locked up with a really big twist tie. I still got the electric on, and it's kind of pushing me, and fighting the fish is pulling me sideways. So then I'm like, all right, I got to slow this down and get my pedals unhooked and get this other rod reeled in and fight the fish. The fish was jumping right at the beginning. You can see it in the back. And you'll even hear me say at some point in time in this video, oh, look, we're going to just go in a circle, because I didn't have the trolling motor all the way shut off. Because I bought this trolling motor at a garage sale for $10. Believe it or not, it's a 30-pound Grossman Coda, or not my Coda, but a motor guide, and has no marks forward or reverse power-wise, so I was having to try to figure that out. And so we're going to spin in a circle, I think twice, as the video is going on. It's a really good, really good first fish. Haven't even been out 15 minutes and, already hooked up right away. So, to me, the day was looking very promising. I'd heard the day before that the pier guide's been catching some. That was a great jump right behind the kayak there from behind me. I don't like fighting the fish from behind, like you would in a boat. I prefer to reel everything in and then try to fight the fish in front of me. It just seems to work a little better for me, and it seems like I don't lose as many fish trying to do it like I would be in a boat. So that's kind of why I reel in the other fish, or the other rods, and you'll see that in some other videos where I have three rods out total, which sometimes can take a little time to get them in. But this is, just harbor fishing, so the lines are not back very far, 50 feet, maybe 60, and can get them in pretty quickly. And here I'm making a decision of, am I going to keep this fish? Am I going to keep fish today? Or am I going to try to release them? The water temperature was 62. It's on the borderline of being able to release these fish. The fight wasn't too terribly long, but today I make the decision of that we're going to keep fish today. a camera. There's a camera on my net which I can never remember to turn on. Maybe next time I go out, I'll remember to turn on if I'm actually going to net a fish. There's fish in a net that was caught on a red thin fin, red fluorescent red body with a.
Thank you. Thin fin, red body, black squiggle.
This is right after I landed my first fish, and I have the left rod is already back out, and it has the Brad's fluorescent red body black squiggles, or we'll just call it black squiggles. That's what everybody calls it. It's already in the water back at the I think I was running at 53 foot, and a little bit about the rods that I'm running right now. Those are Blue Diamond downrigger rods, actually. I fell in love with Okuma Blue Diamonds a long time ago when I was a charter captain. I loved using them. I had some downrigger rods. I had some wire diver rods that were just completely and utterly, I loved them. So I was able to find another set of these over the winter that I bought at a swap meet. As far as the reels, the one on the left is a Dakota Shimano. Now, the reason why I let it go this long, I want you to see that, watch the rod on the right, it is not in the water very long. After I get it set, I'm now setting the electric to run, trying to get it to run between 2.2 to 2.5, and it already is hooked up. So fish is jumping in the background. I can hear the other guys that I'm fishing with saying Craig's hooked up again already. And that is a thin fin on that rod, but that is a custom ITO colored thin fin that was painted, and it's called an RG. Hopefully I will be able to get some blank stocks of thin fins in the next couple weeks and be able to put these up for sale. But the problem is right now I can't find the blanks. And this fish here really, really messes me up. I am completely tangled. I am tangled now into my other rod. I am tangled around my rudder, and you'll hear me in the background talking about I'm screwed. And for some reason, this fish just absolutely cooperated with me and wasn't pulling drag, and was just being really calm while I got my other rod unhooked.
I have no idea.
Now I'm
like,
like,
hung up in my rudder.
All right, I'm on my rudder. So okay,
I'm hung up in my rudder.
I'm gonna lift my rudder up. I lift my rudder up in the out of the water, and it becomes unhooked. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me! Now I notice that the line is twisted around the rod. I should have never landed this fish. This fish should have broken me off, or the hook's pulled out, or lost the bait, and it's just chilling out there, letting me get myself all together. I'm looking like a complete noob right now to kayak fishing, even though this is my third year fishing from a kayak instead of a boat. And so as the fight goes on, you'll see that I landed, and this one's pretty comical for me because I got way too many things going on with the electric being on the boat and my pedals in the boat too. So things are kind of strange, but it's a good fight. But I let it roll really long time at the beginning. I wanted to see how quick this fish hit this custom colored thin fin.
I don't believe I landed that fish after being all hung up in my rudder and my other rod and everything else. I can't believe it. Yeah, I got it all free. I'm getting ready to net them. This is a different pattern. This is one of my custom colors called an RG, but a thin fin.
So this video is a little bit of time later. Obviously some time has passed. Chop them up pretty good just to get them on, you know, more easily to wash. But this fish here is hooked up again on the RG custom ITO color. Now, as you're watching me reel in the rod on the right, you'll notice that the rod on the left that's in my hand is actually a left-handed reel.
Yeah, I'm on again.
And I bought that one on just for the sole purpose of running down the port side of the kayak, or the left side of the kayak. That way I didn't have to flip that reel upside down, you know, flip the rod around to reel it in and reel it back afterwards against everything that goes against my nature. So, but I can use either hand reel, I can cast either hand, it doesn't matter. But it just seems to work a little bit better for trolling. And I will have to say one thing that I've noticed as the years have gone past since I stopped being a captain and stopped fishing all the time on, you know, the big 30-foot boats, the big 37-foot boats, is that the fights don't last as long when you're in a kayak. I have some theories on it, but I don't know if my theories are correct. And I do use a lot lighter line than I did when I was running charters. Occasionally we'd have two 12-pound downrigger rods that we would put out if I knew my clients and I knew they knew how to fight fish. I would put those down, and using 12-pound test on a downrigger out in Lake Michigan is insane, because you got a really good chance of busting off, but you hook up a lot. So what I'm running on my rods here is I run a 20-pound super line. That's my main line, and then I tie on 25 feet of 14-pound fluorocarbon to a ball bearing snap swivel. It's a 50-pound snap swivel that I'm using, but it helps a lot. I think it makes a big difference to have that length of leader line instead of the shorter ones. And then eventually here comes fish number 3 in the net. I was struggling a little bit to get this guy in the net, but I got him.
In the net.
Now this one here, this is a bite, but this is again on the RG color custom ITO thin fin.
What's up?
this clip here was actually my last pass. I told the guy though, the kayaker that I was out there with, that this was going to be my last pass when I hooked up again.
Hooked up.
And this fish again is on the RG custom ITO thin fin. Now this is a couple hours later after the last bite. You can kind of tell from the camera angle or the sunlight angle, I should say. And this fish put up a really good fight, but you can see I actually have 3 rods out. You can see my back rods back there that I got to get reeled in. That's actually had a swim bait on it all the way down by the bottom to see if they were hanging out down there, but they weren't. But this was the last fish of this trip. This was actually the smallest fish of the day. This was a summer run steelhead that was right around 8 pounds, and the largest I had was 14 pounds that day. Now the white thing in the front is my fish bag. Now that has 3 steelhead in it right now, and I tell you what, I could tell a difference in the kayak as I was going through a little bit of a chop as I'd get closer out to the lake as I'd make my circuits, and the weight on the front did make a difference on how the kayak was kind of responding. So I'm going to figure that out. But as this fish is getting ready to be netted, don't forget that I have a radio show that airs every Thursday night. You can catch it on Facebook Live on Thursday nights, and that's at Into the Outdoors on Facebook. And if you're in the Michigan City southern end of Lake Michigan, you can pick it up on AM 1420 WIMF. Thanks for watching, and until next time, have a great day.